Oh, let me open up my. Um, what's going on with my camera? Oh, there we are. Oh, I should have left it off. Hi, you guys. Sela here within Looking Through the Glass. I have Christy on the phone. We're going to have a discussion. We were having a discussion about a personal experience that she has had. And we decided to go live and discuss how we have experiences or how we live our purpose throughout our life. It's not just one purpose. So, Christy, you said you had something really good on that.
My personal experience, or what I've heard about purpose.
All of it.
So I heard one time someone say, that if you were to be face to face with God, what would you say to them? What would you say to him? And someone said, I would ask him, what was my purpose? And he said, if you have to ask, what is your purpose, then you're not living your life how you should be living.
Damn.
So I believe that in our lifetime we have many different purposes, and sometimes we ignore them, sometimes we overlook them, sometimes we don't make the right choices to put us in the line of being able to be the person that is meant for that purpose. So my personal experience, one of them, me and CeeLo, we used to work at a bar, and we just so happened to be at the convenience store next door, and we were getting cigarettes, or I was getting cigarettes, I don't remember. And there was this homeless lady looking for cigarette butts. And I made the choice to talk to her, and I asked her, what are you doing? I was just playing with her, And she was just so, even though she was homeless and she was on the streets, she was so lively. She was so happy. She, like her personality just lit up my day. And
she had a huge heart.
She had for a tiny little lady, she had a big heart. And I automatically was connected to this random lady that I told her many times, because she always said, God put you in my life. And I said, no, honey, you got it wrong. God put you in my life. I was like, God put you in my life to humble me. And I was like, and you brought me so much joy. So I guess we both saw each other as, God purposely put us in each other's lives. And, she was on the street. She did struggle with drugs. She was addicted to meth. And she tried so many times. She struggled so many times to quit. And it was just such a harsh stronghold on her that she relapsed so many times. And every time that she tried, I still was with her, rejoicing with her, celebrating her. Even when she relapsed, I didn't ever judge her. I still was always there celebrating her. I helped her as much as I could. You know how life is. I wish I could help everyone, but I tried to help her as much as I could. And as the years went by, I knew her for years, and we became very, very close friends, almost not a family. And I had kids of my own, so I couldn't really have that around my children. but I tried to help her in ways where she had support, where she wasn't always on the street, and she had necessities that she needed. And I would make sure she was fed. I would check on her almost daily.
In other words, you didn't invite her home, but you did help.
Yeah, I mean,
there was a boundary. Yeah, there was still a boundary to protect your life.
Yeah, I couldn't force her to make different choices, so I could only help her to the extent that I was able to.
Yeah.
And she was more than appreciative.
She was. I remember coming out of work and seeing you and her talking, or you'd be getting gas, and she'd come over and she'd talk, and she would like give you things and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she became my family. I would go and on holidays bring like dinners for. Normally, homeless people live in camps, so I would make sure to bring her whole camp, like Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, things like that. Me and my kids would go. Yeah. And we would sit there, and we never saw them less than us. Even though they were, they were less unfortunate. We never saw them as less than us. And so me and my kids would sit there and have Thanksgiving or Christmas dinners with them, and later down I think I knew her for, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna say like 8 years, and she started getting really sick and started losing a lot of weight, and she knew something was wrong, and she ended up having breast cancer. And I had just lost my father a year before that. So when she came to me and she was telling me her concern, I made a comment and I said, "You can't leave me. I just lost my father. I can't lose you." And I didn't realize at that time what an impact that sentence made to her, because when she found out that she did have breast cancer, and when she was really struggling between deciding on chemotherapy or meth, it was more painful for her to be off of meth than it was for her to be on chemotherapy. So she decided that she wanted to spend her last days basically numb. So she continued just doing what she was doing, and when it progressed and it started affecting like tumors in her brain, she went missing, and her boyfriend at the time contacted me because he didn't have the resources to like look for her or call around, and he was really worried about her. And he was explaining to me that, the last time she would go to the hospital trying to get treatments and whatnot, and forget how to get home. And so he was her emergency contact, so the hospital would actually have to call him to come and get her. And
that was like what we went through with my aunt.
Yeah, it
was so rough. Yeah, it was so rough, and it was so quick. So quick.
Yeah, this happened pretty fast, and so I had found out that she had gone to the hospital, and it had progressed so bad that they had put her in hospice, and she didn't call anybody because she didn't want them to see her that way. And her boyfriend said that she didn't tell me what was going on because she didn't want me to go through a loss like that again after I had told her, that I couldn't lose her because I just lost my father. So when I finally found out this, she had already passed away.
You know what I just realized is that she was going through it right when my aunt was going through it.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was around the exact same time.
Yeah, the exact same
But
time.
I didn't know. Yeah, but I didn't know. And so her body basically became property of the state because she didn't have family here. They had talked. She had no communication or relationship with her family for decades. And I was able to get a hold of her oldest daughter, and her oldest daughter helped me locate her. She signed over power of attorney for me to have power of attorney over the decision. So I ended up having her cremated, and I ended up taking possession of her ashes. And so I had several conversations with her daughter, like lengthy, where her daughter had a lot of resentment for her, and her mom, her mom also had resentment. But through conversations, her daughter would remember the happy moments, and her mom reached out for me and asked me to send her some ashes so she could scatter them where she was born. And I had made a comment to her daughter, and I said, I'm so sorry because I thought my purpose in her life was to help her, to get her off of this and to help her, let go of this stronghold. And her daughter had said something to me and said, I think your purpose is now because I made their family feel connected to her. Even after she passed, they felt connected to her and wanted to know what kind of person she was and what she meant in my life. And that gave them a connection with her, and where they actually felt close enough and they grieved her. And so I feel like that God put me in a place, and I made a decision, and in that moment, that was my purpose.
You listened to that small little voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think that there's multiple times in our lives where we've done it. I mean, I know that that's not the first time all the years that I've known you that you've done stuff like that. I know that, there's people that like, so a long time ago, and I was in a really bad situation, but there was these two old ladies that I had known. I didn't even know, but I knew of because they were friends with a couple that would come over all the time that had young family or whatever. I've always been, one of the people that everybody goes to, like you. And she comes over and she asks, she goes, "Hey, would you be okay if we slept underneath your tree in your front yard at night so that we're safe?" And I looked at her and I was like, absolutely not. How in hell am I supposed to sleep up? How in the hell am I supposed to be in my house sleeping knowing that there's two old ladies down here sleeping underneath the tree in wheelchairs?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way. They stayed at my house for 2 weeks. And then there once Giselle had a friend way back, and he was homeless, and so was his parents. But he got like busted sleeping in like a laundromat and didn't have it, and they started locking it and keeping an eye out for him. And I was like, well, I can't let him stay here, he's underage or whatever. I was like, but your sister does have a tent out in the backyard that she likes to play in, And it's, as long as it's empty in the morning and I don't know anything about it. And Giselle was like, thank you. And he, that's the way we got to be.
Yeah, I have a lot of stories, but that was a real special one for me.
Yeah, it absolutely was. I remember her, and I remember every time. I remember you going over there specifically just to make sure that she was fine and to give her like $20 or whatever and check on her.
Yeah. And like even the simplest thing, because homeless, people would give her money and people would help her out. She had other people that were helping her, but when I would hug her, she would cry and she would say, people help me, but they don't hug me. And so that would like make me feel so sad.
Yeah.
And I prayed with her. She was so fascinated. I gave her the book series, The Left Behind. And I had bought the whole series from the library. And I would tell her, when you're done with it, let me know. I got the next one. And I think the last one I had given her was book 6. And that was it. And so I have the rest of the books.
It's crazy how you find a friend in some of the least expected places.
Yeah.
You find somebody that your soul connects with in the least expected places. And it's so difficult to know who somebody is by what their situation is and putting prejudgments based on because they're homeless or because they're addicted to drugs or if they're an alcoholic. None of us understand where they are. None of us understand what they've been through, and nobody understands what they're holding on to. And nobody understands the pain that they suffer when they're not on drugs, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And not everybody out there steals. Not everybody out there, is like that. But you can also put up boundaries and safeguards where you can have a relationship with these people and not have them fully enveloped in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a very special person.
You were a very special person to her, and you ended up reconnecting her and her daughter through you. Yeah. You were the connection.
Yeah. But she is greatly missed.
I could hear it in your voice. There's always somebody that's going to miss you. Well, was there anything you wanted to add to this live?
Take chances. I think just take chances.
Be fearless. Like we were saying the other day. Do not fear.
I can even tell you something crazy that happens. No, this is completely like out there, but it's the same topic, kind of.
Okay.
For my story. So that area that she used to always be in, that I used to always find her, you know,
Yeah, I know the area.
By the freeway, you know?
Yeah.
I have a sensor on my car that it alerts me if something's in front of me, like if I'm gonna hit something. And actually, it's not every time. It's not even every time, but it's the majority of the time. I'm coming off of that ramp and I'm right there in that area. Even when nothing's in front of me, my car alerts. And me and Sissy started noticing it, and Sissy was like, "Isn't that crazy? Because this is where Sammy used to stand or speed." And I was like, "That's crazy."
That is crazy.
And it does it. I have to go on that ramp 3 times a week, and almost every time, with nothing in front of me, it goes off.
Well,
and not even in the same place. It's just like in different places. Just
in that vicinity. In that vicinity.
Yeah.
I'm stuffing my face.
I think it's very important. You cannot find all the purposes in your life if you don't take the chance or make the littlest choice or listen to that little voice inside of you, or open your heart to it. Because a lot of people judged her for, first of all, being on the streets, second of all, for her addictions, and if I hadn't made that small choice
to just ask her what she was doing.
Family member.
Yeah, all you did was just ask her, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I remember. Were you in the car with me? I think
yes.
You were inside the store.
And I came out and you were talking to her, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And you were like, she was sitting there. She was like, picking up cigarettes, because I think you went inside and bought her a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I bought her a pack of cigarettes and I got her some other stuff. And she named me Giggles. My nickname for her was, or my nickname that she called me was Giggles. Because she said no matter how bad of a day she was having, whenever I was around, and I was laughing, she would laugh and be happy.
Aww. It's amazing how just a smile or just a laugh or, just any type of encouragement, you don't have to, it doesn't cost you anything. And you can do it to complete strangers. You have no idea how big it's going to impact their life. The other day, I heard somebody whistling, and I was like, "Wow, you whistle beautifully." And he lit up. You can change somebody's entire day just with a 2-second interaction.
Yeah.
And you could change your entire life with a 2-second interaction. You can start a whole entire different thing with one little decision and a 2-second interaction. Your entire life can change, and you could change somebody else's entire life. Hi, whoever you are. Oh, Dave and Brian. But whoever is watching, whoever does watch, please hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you like anything that you hear. I've been going live a lot. I don't have a set schedule. I'm just doing it when I'm told to do it. I'm not running the show. I'm being told. So I thank you for joining. Please, please, please. I put up a lot of shorts. Go check out all the shorts. They're all basically animals. Thank you, Christy, for being on the show again. We're liking this a lot. So thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Somebody, wow, thank you.
It's me.
Oh, it's you? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, now I just want to stay on. So I forgot I can heart myself too. Do you know that? And give me I could do it myself. I forgot. I should have been doing that this entire time. Isn't that funny? But I can't like myself. I can't like myself. Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry. Now I'm just in play mode. But I have my email in the description. Please feel free to interact and send us an email on any kind of stories or, if you're interested in giving your story about addiction or about healing, or you want to contact me about animal stuff, like different videos and stuff, please contact me and my daughter. She's got a new job, so she's got to pay the bills. Were we done? Because now I learned how to do the hearts. So I'm like, hey. My cat is about ready to. Oh, thank you, Clara. You have a great evening too. So thank you for joining us. Please, please, please reach out. We love you guys. And again, thank you for looking in through the glass.